Greetings to all story lovers. Today, we're going to hear an ancient oral story that our ancestors have told for many centuries. These stories, told by the ancient Indians, which are slowly fading away. We aim to keep these stories alive and share such stories. Please support us. Now, let's listen to an ancient Indian tale about a greed. Once upon a time, there was a king named Mahendravarman who ruled a country called Mahendragiri. He was a very miserly and greedy king. In his country, in a village called Kongchi, there lived a lazy man named Kumaran. He never worked and survived by borrowing money from everyone in town. Everyone knew that if you gave him money, you wouldn't get it back. However, he always found a way to get money by telling lies. He had a wife who was greedy and wanted to live like a queen. Because she married the lazy Kumaran, she was living in debt. One day, Kumaran asked the people in his village for money, but no one would give him any. So, he decided to walk through the forest to ask for money from someone in the neighboring town. In the forest, he saw a wise sage sitting under a tree, meditating. Kumaran thought he could borrow something from the sage. He went up to him and asked for some gold, saying, "My children are starving. If you lend me 10 gold coins, I will give them back next week." The sage had great powers and wisdom. He knew that Kumaran was greedy and lazy. The sage said, "I have no gold coins. But I can give you a magical pot." Kumaran, eager to get the pot, touched the sage's leg and bowed. The sage said, "Go to the river and fill this pot with water using your hands." He showed Kumaran the pot. Kumaran complained, "The river is far away. How can I fill a pot using just my hands?" The sage replied, "If you do something, you will get something. A reward worth the trouble. This is fate." So, Kumaran ran to the river and spent all day filling the pot with water. When the pot was full, the sage used his magical power and gave the pot to Kumaran. Kumaran said, "There are no gold coins in the pot." The sage replied, "Now there will be nothing in the pot. When something happens to you, gold coins will come into the pot." Kumaran asked, "What needs to happen for gold coins to come?" The sage answered, "I will not tell you. Find out for yourself. The day this pot breaks, all the wealth you have earned through this pot will disappear." Kumaran complained, "It's not fair. You give me such a pot and put it in all these conditions." The sage said, "If there is a beginning, there is also an end. You will understand this as time goes on. If you don't want this pot anymore, bring it back to me. If you can't come to me, remember me." Kumaran thought to himself, "I will never remember you in my entire life." He brought the pot home and told his wife everything that had happened. For 10 days, the husband and wife searched to find out what happened to Kumaran and the gold coins in the pot, but they couldn't figure it out. In their town, there was a rich man named Varagan who lent money with interest. He came to Kumaran's house looking for him because Kumaran had borrowed money from him. Kumaran saw Varagan coming, so he went into his house and hid in the kitchen. When Varagan arrived, he asked Kumaran's wife, "Where is Kumaran?" "He is not in town," she lied. Varagan threatened her, "He is inside the house. Tell him to come out, or I will go inside and find him." Hearing this, Kumaran came out. Varagan demanded the money back and threatened him. Kumaran replied, "I cannot give you the money. If you keep asking for it, I will complain to the king that you charge high interest." Varagan got very angry and hit Kumaran. Then he left. Afterwards, Kumaran's wife accidentally noticed the pot. Inside, there were 6 gold coins. They realized that whenever Kumaran got hit, gold coins appeared in the pot. Kumaran said, "Varagan hit me 6 times, so 6 gold coins appeared." He then asked his wife to hit him, but no gold coins appeared in the pot. They figured out that only if someone outside the family hit Kumaran would gold coins appear. The pot should be 50 feet away. They discovered this fact for sure. Kumaran would go to the people in the town and insult them. His wife would hide the magical pot in a basket and stand in hiding. The people in the village could not tolerate his insults, so they would beat Kumaran. A gold coin would fall into the pot hidden by his wife. In this way, Kumaran tricked everyone in the town, from the elders to the children. They thought, if people find out about the gold coins, the lenders will ask for their money back, so both of them buried the pot in the garden at their house. Now, no matter how many bad words Kumaran said, no one beat him. The reason was that the villagers thought Kumaran had gone mad. Kumaran's income decreased because no one hit him. His wife said to him, "Nobody beat you in this town now. So let's go to another village and get beaten." Both of them walked through the forest to the next village with the magical pot. At that time, the king of the country, Mahendravarman, was traveling through the forest to secretly observe the state of his country. His guards followed at a distance. Kumaran's wife noticed someone approaching and urged her husband, "There is someone coming, go and insult him." Following her advice, Kumaran approached the disguised king and began cursing him. The angry king and his guards beat him up. Meanwhile, gold coins started pouring into the magical pot that Kumaran's wife was holding while hiding. After beating Kumaran, the king and his guards left. After the king had gone, Kumaran's wife came out of hiding, lifted her husband, and comforted him. A while later, the king came back the same way. Kumaran's wife saw the king returning and hid behind a tree. She told her husband, "Go and insult him again," to get beaten. Even though he was hurt, Kumaran started cursing the king again. This time, the king ordered his guards, pick him up and bring him to the palace. The guards put Kumaran into a bullock cart. Only then did Kumaran realize it was the king. Kumaran's wife also understood it was the king and ran into the forest with the magical pot, disappearing from sight. The king came to the palace and looked at Kumaran with anger. He ordered his guard to crush Kumaran's head with the foot of an elephant. Scared, Kumaran said, "Oh Lord, I didn't mean to insult you," and he told the story of the magical pot. The king asked, "Where is the pot?" Kumaran said, "My wife ran away with the pot into the forest." The king then ordered his men to capture Kumaran's wife. Once she was captured and brought before the king with the magical pot, the king tested it by slapping Kumaran. A gold coin fell into the pot. The king saw that Kumaran was telling the truth and ordered both of them to be imprisoned in the underground prison. Every morning and evening, the king came to the prison, beat Kumaran, took the gold coins that fell into the pot, and left. Kumaran was beaten so much that he felt he would die. Both he and his wife cried in prison. Then Kumaran remembered what a wise sage had said, "Whenever you feel like you don't want this magical pot, remember me." Immediately, Kumaran looked in the direction of the sage and cried, "Sir, I understand the secret of you giving me this magical pot. I understand that I need to work and earn. Save me somehow. I don't want this magical pot," he cried. The next day, the king came and beat Kumaran 50 times. He took the pot from Kumaran's wife and got a gold coin. He counted the gold coins, but one was missing. He turned the pot upside down, and then the pot fell and broke. The panicked king looked at the broken pot. Kumaran said to the king, "O king, the pot is broken. From now on, no matter how much you beat me, no gold coin will come." The king, who broke the pot, tested Kumaran by hitting him again, but no coins came out. The king thought, there is no point in keeping them in prison and feeding them. So he freed both of them. Kumaran came home and dug up the place where the gold coins were buried. Instead of gold coins, he found only pieces of the broken pot. Then Kumaran remembered what the sage had said, "If you break the pot, all the money you have earned will disappear." Kumaran realized that due to his greed, everything was gone. They accepted their fate, stopped earning at crossroads, and went to work regularly and started earning. Friends, this ancient Indian story is a beautiful and wonderful tale that shows us how laziness and greed can lead to great loss. We'll meet again with another story like this. Thank you.